The number 5 case on my list is going to be going to the Snakebite and the Clutch case. Now these are two different cases, but they're both going to be combined for this area. Obviously, if you want to look at the Clutch case, it's a significant amount more developed than the Snakebite case. The Clutch case, we're looking at a price point about double to potentially 2.5 times what the Snakebite is currently sitting at, but there's a lot of benefits that come with this. Clutch case is currently one of the cheapest rare cases out there, but it also has a fair amount of supply that needs to go through. When we're talking about the Snakebite case, a little bit of a different story. It is the cheapest rare case out there. The unboxing numbers on it are quite strong, as with the Clutch case, obviously, but when we're talking about the Snakebite case, the supply is where the big difference is. The supply on the Snakebite case is absolutely massive, and therefore it's got a super cheap price point because we need to get through all this supply. The reason these cases are coming in at number 5 on the list is just because of the sheer amount of supply that both these cases have. Obviously, the Clutch case is significantly less than the Snakebite, but they both got a fair amount of time before they're going to see significant profit other than people actually FOMOing into them. I think they're both great options depending on how long you're looking to make an investment for, but definitely keep in mind that these are not going to be an overnight instant profit. SkinSwap is today's sponsor, and they're also sponsoring you with the top link in the description. They're here to cater to all of your CS2 and Rust skins need, as they're the top place for buying on some brand new skins, selling off your old skins, or trading your new CS2 skins for some new ones as well. They've got everything, and transactions are taking under 30 seconds right now. They also offer the most competitive rate out there as a massive 40% deposit bonus if you just top up today, and their selling feature is one of the best. With an instant cash out and many different payout options, there's no reason not to try them out today. Talking about our active duty cases, going chronologically backwards, we've got the Kilowatt case. This one is the most new. It's got the rent option, but there's no investment potential. You're talking about the Revolution case. It's in a very interesting predicament because now it is the most unboxed active duty case. Very interesting. We're going to keep an eye on it. Recoil is probably going to be one of the biggest two for investment opportunity just because it's unboxed so few cases compared to the rest of the competition. Dreams and Nightmares is in a league of its own. It's absolutely dominated the unboxing numbers. And finally, the Fracture case is one that a lot of people are looking at for an investment opportunity, but I'm not necessarily quite sold on it. I still think there's a lot of room for it to remain in these active duty cases. The Wildfire case is number 4, and it's in a very interesting predicament right now because of the latest update has just happened for the game. If we want to look at it, your second hand or your left hand is now able to be seen when you're using a Bowie knife. Recently, the Bowie knife has been in a very increasing trajectory just because of people investing or potentially buying up some of these because of the new update. Obviously, it's going to fall off in price, but it's very interesting, and I think overall it's going to bring a lot more interest to the Wildfire case, which was already a very good investment beforehand. I want to emphasize that the Wildfire case has been one that has consistently been number 6 or number 7. It hasn't been making the list in these videos, but it's been very close to, and the fact that it just got this update boosted it up, at least in the short term here. But when we're talking about the Wildfire case, there is a lot to love. Truthfully, the Bowie knife was the thing holding this case back. People didn't want to unbox it, people didn't want to invest into it because of the Bowie knife. Now that the Bowie knife is potentially in a little bit of a better situation, I think the Wildfire case has a very strong path moving forward. Talking about the supply aspect of the Wildfire case, it's definitely not in the most perfect position, but it's on a decreasing trajectory. The thing about the Wildfire case is it's not getting unboxed an absolute ton, but the supply isn't absolutely massive as well. I think it's a great option if you're looking for a case that's going to be sustainable, but it's also going to have an increased demand, at least in the short term here. I think the Wildfire is definitely your area. Talking about discontinued cases, there are 6 of them. We're not going to be focusing in on the esports because they're dumb. We've got the big 3. We've got Riptide, we've got Broken Fang, and we've got Shattered Web. Now, out of these 3, the only one that I would personally even entertain an interest of right now is the Broken Fang case. Right now, the Broken Fang cases are being unboxed significantly more than the other 2, but it's still struggling from the same thing that we see a lot of the discontinued cases at, and that's going to be the fact that it's just so expensive. We're looking at over $5 for each of these cases right now, and I think there's a lot better investments you could be making for that specific money, potentially picking up 8 to 10 of a different case, and therefore I definitely think it's a great safe option, but it's not personally the option for me. Number 3 on my list, I'm going to be throwing to the Chroma 3. Now when we're talking about the Chroma cases, all of them are very good, but they're also relatively equal. The Chroma 3 is going to be the cheapest option for you to get at those Chroma knives, which if you want to look at the ROI is the main reason that people are unboxing Chroma cases. Now that we got that out of the way, talking about the specifics of the Chroma 3, I think it's in a very prosperous situation. It's got consistent unboxings. When we're looking at the supply, it's not too massive, and therefore it's presented itself as a perfect opportunity for people that want to invest into a case that's a little bit more developed. Looking at the price point, it's definitely not a cheap case. However, when we're talking about these more developed cases, or at least a little bit more developed as in the Chroma 3 here, there is a lot of great opportunities that come with investing into a case like this. Specifically, if you want to look over the past 6 months, it's actually gone up in value, about 25%, which is really good considering we haven't seen the overall case market doing too much in this time, and therefore you're offering up that opportunity of a case that's probably going to grow a little bit slower over time, but it's going to consistently grow, and I think that's what you probably need to diversify your portfolio at least a little bit. Now for me, the number 2 case is going to be going to the Danger Zone. Now the Danger Zone is one of these cases that primarily is sitting in the number 1 or number 2 position. It's just so strong when we're talking about the competition it has. It's really non-existent. The Horizon case is in a little bit of a different price zone, and we're talking about the Danger Zone overall. It's a case that is really desirable. People love to unbox it. The supply is not absolutely absolutely massive, and overall it's just got every quality we're looking for. It's a cheaper case with a not too great supply, and everyone is just interested in unboxing it. It's a perfect opportunity for a cheaper rare case. With that being said, the Danger Zone is definitely not in the most prime position right now, because if we want to look at the overall unboxing numbers, it's not absolutely dominating like it was previously. I still think it's a great pickup, and overall it's definitely one that I've got a significant amount of just because I believe in this case, and I think you should too. Make your own decisions obviously, but talking about the Danger Zone, I think there is a decent opportunity here, but right now it's not my number one case, but I think it's probably going to rebound to that position eventually. Number one great case is going to be the Revolver. Now the Revolver didn't make this list just because of how expensive it is, but I think it's honestly one of the best cases you should be potentially picking up if you're looking for a case that's a little bit more developed, a little bit safer. Revolver is usually the number one case to recover, and overall when we're talking about the Revolver, it's the cheapest option for you to get those OG rare knives. The Revolver is one that I have constantly preached on this channel, and it has constantly performed if we want to look at the stats. It's definitely one that I think you should at least be considering, but overall I definitely think it's the one that you should probably be going to if you're looking for a little bit more expensive of a case, in my personal opinion. Next up on the great cases, we got the Gamma 1 and the Gamma 2. Overall, pretty decent options. I'm not going to say they're the best because I don't think they are. The biggest thing that the Gammas have against them is the fact that Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are so similar that we cannot differentiate as a consumer, and therefore it kind of hurts one of these cases. We don't know which one is better, but at the end of the day, they're both relatively equal in terms of the demand they have, and therefore neither one is going to pull away. Prices are going to remain the same, and that hurts both of them. Finally, then we got the Spectrum 2 case. I think it's a relatively average great case talking about this area. It's a really good option if you're looking for something that's going to be butterfly knife heavy. Obviously, it's got the butterfly ruby, butterfly sapphire. That's why people are unboxing this, and the Spectrum 1 case. It's going to be significantly better than the Spectrum 1 case, but overall the Spectrum 1 and the Spectrum 2 have kind of died down a little bit in popularity. Therefore, they're ending up in the great case rather than a spot on this specific list. And finally, the number one case by a significant clear margin is going to be the Prisma 1 and the Prisma 2 case. Now, these have been an absolute dominating combo in the past month. If we want to look at it, they've made up almost 1.4 million in unboxings over the past month, which is absolutely insane. Usually in the past, we were seeing a very big difference between the Prisma 2 and the Prisma 1. Now they're almost coming together and an absolutely dominating combo. It's absolutely insane what we're seeing for these two cases. Right now, when we're looking at the price, we really haven't seen too much movement, which is honestly, in my opinion, pretty much a good thing because I still think these are a very strong case combo. Looking at the potential supply on these cases, it's not anything absolutely massive. It's actually come down quite significantly in the past year or so just because so many people are unboxing these cases. Now, this is just a rough estimate, and I want to reiterate that because this is a very rough estimate, but it's absolutely insane the amount of cases that are being unboxed consistently inside of this area. If we want to look at the things inside of these cases, it's nothing absolutely spectacular, but it's pretty decent. And overall, that's exactly what you need when we're looking for a case that we want to invest into. Nothing that's absolutely going to blow up, but it's nothing to scoff at either. I think this is a really great opportunity. If you're looking for a case that's on the cheaper end, Prisma 1, Prisma 2 are definitely going to be some of your best options. But that is pretty much all I got. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.